They're able to find some solid touches. And you have on the other side Nova, who are able to lock down the hatches defensively and make sure nothing gets through. A true clash of the Titans here. Pyro Grand Finals underway. Best of 7 here in the USMC Rocket League Challenger Series. One team walks away the victor, and we get to find out here and now.
Not only the victors do they get to walk away as, but also with hoodies and championship rings. I mean, come on, that's some unique prizing that Nova almost looked like they really wanted a hand on. But that shot initially from them, not gonna find it. These corner passes are so lethal from XD Esports. You can see how they've got everybody jumping from Nova team. I mean, these defenders, they're going to have so much to react to in this game, and in such quick succession as well. You can tell, though, the reactions, they're pretty on point. Nova, what a rallying of shots that they had to turn away there.
Again, it's locking down defensively here. It's a tough one for them within the opening minute and just past it, but now getting a little bit of space to breathe, but not for much longer. XD continuing their run of speed and aggression. L's nice touch here over to the back wall, set up 1-2-1, and Gweep was in the right spot, but didn't have the right speed. It's L's over to JK, 1-2-1, extended up high, and XD, they finally get the goal they were searching for a minute and a half later.
That shot exhibits a lot of what I think Nova 2 have to worry about in this match. It's the fact that Els had teed up the touch for JK Fishizzle, but then didn't waste a moment. Was right back on 4 wheels, heading straight to the goal line again. This team is not afraid to make tight rotations. Violin is the next shot taker immediately after making a play on that end. So Nova 2, they've got to have their head on a swivel. It could pose some defensive vulnerabilities from XD Esports, but with the way things look now and how they're dominating possession, Nova 2 just have a lot to worry about.
XD Esports don't really seem to care about the defensive side. They only have their sights set on the blue end of the field here. Lonnie Lettuce is screaming with that one over to Els. It's a massive attempt at a sideways back pass, but picked up by JK. Shot from the mid and towards a rather open entry into the net as XD Esports notch their second here. Time continues to tick downward, still under halfway through game 1, so there is a long mountain. It is a marathon, not a sprint here, but XD Esports, they only know one speed. It is evident right now. Offensive aggression is their middle name. That's a very awkward middle name to have because it would take up a lot of room on that birth certificate, but with a short enough first name like XD, I'm sure they could make it work. But here's Gweep to call and respond here off of the pass. Nova get there first.
I truly hope Gweep is named after their middle name, Gweep. Otherwise, I'm gonna be very upset. But why be upset when you have some goals to celebrate? Nova finally end the scoring drought. They've got something to work with here, and they've proven to themselves that their resilient effort can be rewarded. They've had to fend off so many shots in this first half of only game 1, but to have some reward to work off of, to not still be salivating for that first chance at a goal is a great indication for this team to be able to move forward and grab more goals. More goals is exactly what they need here, with this 1-goal deficit still at face value towards them, but maybe, just maybe, they've got some momentum working in their favor.
Time to find it here for Nova. Pick up the pace and find those opportunities. It starts with a big clear towards the target. Els turns away from top corner, centering pass. Powerful Lord, too scared to commit to that one and sent off. So now it's over to Gweep, who mistouches this one from the corner. Left lobbed there for a couple of XD players, but they all rotate through and none the beneficiary of a goal scored. Demo in the midfield, though, to take Powerful Lord out of the equation off the ceiling. That one ends up in a relevant spot. No punch home yet again. XD Esports trying to create the chaos here for themselves to make it easier for this goal to hit the back, get some security, but they find themselves on the defensive back foot just as quickly as time continues to dwindle here in game number 1. Nova start to push back little by little, gain that much more space. XD certainly not giving it up for free, but the fight is still there from the squad in blue.
It is, but it needs to come in full action here in the final seconds of this game. Okay, Nova, you got to defend as well here. Trying to attempt a double tap there is XD Esports as they move this ball forward. JK just can't get to that touch, but Elves well positioned on the side wall. Double commit there for Nova to push this ball back out to the other end. Ball headed towards the goal line. It's Elves with a monumental save. Heroic to keep XD Esports lead intact, but the clock strings down to single digits. Up at the backboard, Elves with a shot turned away by Doogie. Can they transition this into a goal? Gweep, no touch left there as it's contended by XD Esports. They allow that ball to reach the ground, and XD Esports, by the skin of their teeth, are able to secure that game 1 victory.
Big victory, though, for XD as well, going up against Nova, who have the higher seeding here, despite the fact these teams have not matched up before. The forfeit, make of the forfeit what you will. It is still Nova coming in as somewhat of the favorites in here, but I think this speaks to the volume of confidence that you have in this XD squad, and the confidence that I mirror with them as well, is that their play style specifically seems a bit more efficient against a team like Nova, who look more keen to wait for mistakes to be made before they pounce. And the problem is, XD, they don't make mistakes very often. They have confidence in their abilities because they know that they'll at least get the car body on the ball. They'll at least get a 50 out of any touch they go for. They've got the speed. They've got the aggression. It's a perfect formula here and a perfect storm to work against Nova, who are hoping for a supernova of their own. But if they're forced into the back of their own zone that often, really tough looks for them shake out in the majority of the game.
Yeah, listen, I think there are a lot of opportunities for this to shake out in favor of a team like Nova, but when XD Esports are putting that many shots together in one single game, it can be tough to come out. Though Nova, I am relying on their ability on those counter attacks. They seem to be really equipped with that surprise potential, especially here with XD Esports garnering a little bit of that surprise mechanics. Wow, JK just perfectly timed on the dodge there, on the ball, and quickly on the scoreboard.
They keep the ball rolling, and a nice reception there. JK always doing a great job to play forward in those situations and get a read going. Doogie almost responds, but Els from out of nowhere gets the save with the ball halfway through the net. And now back on the other side, XD threatened for another one, but Powerful Lord rotates back in just in time to get enough of a deflection away. Bit of a double up, but it's going to be Lottie Lettuce taking the shot, and great comms there from XD to let Lottie Lettuce be the shot taker in this scenario. The clear angle picked out right inside the post through the defenders, and the second one rings in for XD.
XD Esports, hey, you know what? They're not messing around in this game. That much is clear. They've had a lot of shots, and they've reached the goal line and tested some defenders in game number 1, but these ones are just appearing more and more clinical. So the difficulty seems to raise. It's like in GTA when the stars go from 2, 3 to 4, and suddenly the heli is approaching and firing bombs at you. So that's what it looks like from these meteors of shots from XD Esports. But can Nova plan their escape route and garner some winnings themselves? That's still to be tested. They do have a possession to work with here. Doogie not quick to that ball. Lottie Lettuce hits it far enough away that Nova can't get a touch, but it's weak enough for a long clear from XD Esports.
They've gotten themselves established yet again. You can see everybody bunched up on a horizontal line here from Nova, so that just invites the challenges from XD to come through. They're getting touches on the ball, forcing Nova into the awkward spots yet again, and they've still stayed pinned to that line, now looking for a breakout, but Gweep is not fast enough to the ball, and Lottie Lettuce is running absolutely rampant here on the pitch to commit for the shot, but XD Esports exerting all the pressure they could ever want now as Nova left searching for the ball just outside of their own grasp. This is a 3-on-0. It takes one bad beat out of the corner. XD Esports convenient enough. They get their third goal, and it's starting to look a bit convincing here, even just the second game of the best of 7, but the ball already seemingly rolling at breakneck speed down that hill.
It's so hard to keep up with plays like that if you are Nova, but don't give up on these chances that are still percolating for this team. XD Esports, they've shown a couple vulnerabilities on their defensive side where Nova 2 have tried to pierce through. And if they can get at least one of these opportunities to work, I think, in this minute here, still got a chance in this game number 2. So let's see what they can string together. Lottie Lettuce, so strong. That Dominus has to be one of the most annoying cars to face up against in 50-50 scenarios. Oh, so fortunate, actually, for Nova to have this goal go in. I was going to say unfortunate because it looked like it was rolling out, but the ball is secured. XD Esports, just couldn't do enough to save that shot.
Such a massive clear, though, that rolls itself nicely along the top corner, and a couple of opportunities for Nova have found their way to the goal line with big saves from XD in response. So nice to see them get one, but it is responded to just like that. XD Esports have wasted no time off the kickoff. Lottie Lettuce to the sidewall, and XD had full control of that sequence. Els gets it done. 3-goal lead established yet again for XD Esports, and still 2 minutes to play in game number 2, but you've got to start to ask yourself, for Nova, if the one goal they find is a clear gone wrong from XD, what are they going to do to set themselves up for success here and keep this series square?
Might have to force them to be uncomfortable. I mean, a demolition could certainly do that. It's immediately punished, though. Els with a demo as well to even out the elimination round there. But, disruption. I was hoping for it to play in the favor of Nova, then try and get back into this, but how can you not hope for this XD Esports team? Every opportunity that they get, they just seem to complete it in stylish fashion. Somehow, one way or another, both players in combination able to secure that 5th goal.
Yeah, that's a tough look to see there for Nova as well. Everybody from XD getting some space in the box, and you can't be giving those affordances to this squad. They are too strong not to score in a situation like that, even with the ball moving against momentum so heavily. And now look at how fast they are moving for these opportunities. Challenges abound, but they're winning these touches cleanly. So deep in the zone here are XD, but yet they maintain control as another double from Els close to the back wall and turning around to maintain it here after grabbing that 100 boost from underneath Nova. As now the final 60 seconds kick in, another window opens up. Bump attempt here as Lottie Lettuce tries to go opposite side. Els sends it into the crossbar, but XD Esports, even with a 4-goal lead, they are hungry for more. They want to get this series done and dusted as quickly as possible, and Nova are left fighting for the scraps of every offensive entry here from XD.
There is something still to walk away from this game, I think, for Nova 2 to give them a little more confidence in the next one. What we talked about all along was the fact that this is a best of 7. There's all kinds of time for Nova to capture that lightning in a bottle that they found once in this game and do it again and again until they start to whittle away XD Esports. But look at the shot taking, still meet the backline of Nova 2. XD Esports, they have had their foot taped to the pedals to the metal. That's what I'm trying to say. The speed is just so outmatched here, and what can you do at this point, Galgan, if you are Nova? That is 5 goals now in game number 2. They're up 2-0 in the series, and XD Esports just appear to be firing on all cylinders.
Yeah, you're certainly sitting there if you're Nova and trying to mull through the options. I mean, they're the generic, thought processes to go through of what if we drastically change up our own play style? What if we just try to get very fundamental about it? But you mentioned the speed difference, and that is the key to victory. Whether Nova likes it or not, XD is faster to these touches. So many opportunities that should be 50s end up honestly as 75-25s in favor of XD, and a lot of those result in clean touches to the back walls, to the corners, to spots that Nova cannot afford to send somebody to go clear from. So that's where XD get their scoring opportunities from, because if they've got the speed and they've got the accuracy, it's that deadly combo that we brought up earlier on in the evening. Nova is at their simplest form, need to get in front of XD, cut off those passes, cut off this speed and aggression, and re-aggress in their own accord. That is the way through, but it is a tougher task and easier said than done than Nova would like to think that it is.
Yeah, listen, we've seen that aggression come out from Nova 2 before, just more so against other teams in this competition. XD Esports are just a squad that allows little breathing room for Nova 2. So, I mean, we'll see if the tempo changes here, or if Nova 2 start to work at the pace, at the tempo that XD Esports is setting in this series. Powerful Lord. Great read off of that backboard to force the goalies to make some kind of save, and now there's gotta be the reinforcements from Gweep. It is there, and the read from Powerful Lord for that save as well. I'll tell you what, if Nova 2 can do anything, it is read these shots from XD Esports and make exceptional saves.
Oh, right on it. Defensively, they're still performing here, but they're being asked to do so much, and if there was an accolade for recording saves in one of these games, Nova 2 would certainly be top of the pack of the teams in this tournament, but they've got to bring it back the other way, and their initial push blocked out. Now it's an immediate clear, and XD have pressure yet again. Misplay off the backboard, big save from Gweep. And I gotta say, every single time Nova gets this ball walked back on them, they are forced to perform miracles here. It's only a matter of time before one falls short, and Lottie Lettuce, the one to do it off the pass from JK. XD Esports get their first through.
Well, XD Esports has a whole lot of chances to open up the scoring in this game, and they finally find one opportunity that's going to work for them. And listen, if we know this team well at all, they do not want to stop there. It is Els making this maneuver on the sidewall, sees Lottie Lettuce in the infield, but Gweep very quick to cut off that passing lane. It's been all about Nova trying to have that crystal ball and see the next play from XD Esports so they can try and be one step ahead. But it seems like one step forward, 2 steps back, as XD Esports are always finding a way to bring this ball to the other side of the field. Close one there from Lottie Lettuce. Oof. With that miss from Nova 2, it should be a lane for XD Esports to at least breathe and try to move this ball.